During the Renaissance, Venice, along with Florence and Rome, was a major art center. Titian was a painter who represented this period. He was born around 1490 and passed away in 1576. In other words, he lived an extremely long life, and his influence was such that the paintings that he produced defined the direction of the Venetian school thereafter. This painting depicts a story from the New Testament. This is Saint John the Baptist. One day, King Herod of Judea held a banquet. This woman, Salome, danced beautifully at the banquet. King Herod was overcome with admiration and, as a reward, promised to give her anything she wished. Salome's mother, Herodias, whispered in her ear that she should request the head of Saint John, whom she despised. Salome called for Saint John's head, and he was subsequently beheaded. The culmination of this tale is depicted in this painting. When we look at this picture, our eyes immediately meet Salome's. She appears to be looking down upon us. It is almost as though she is thrusting the head towards us, giving us a feeling of being there in the moment. The use of color is quite minimal. However, there is an extremely broad harmony within each individual color. For example, the white of this clothing and the white of the skin here on her right arm both give us the impression that light is shining from the inside of the canvas. Furthermore, the clothing, the skin, and the glint of this yellowish metal around the jewels are all highly skilled depictions of texture. People describe Titian's paintings, particularly his later works, as being indecipherable when viewed up close. When viewed from afar, however, they become clear. Although it appears to have been painted all at once, this painting, in fact, took countless layers to create. Each touch of paint looks as though it was applied in loose, broad strokes, yet was in fact painted with careful diligence. Thanks to such effort, when you view it from a distance, the painting appears to come to life. Finally, the history and ownership of this painting up until this point also make it extremely interesting. This painting was in the collection of King Charles I of England. However, Charles I was captured in 1642 in the Wars of the Three Kingdoms and later beheaded. His collection was largely lost, but Oliver Cromwell, who took power of the administration after Charles I, deliberately held on to this painting. It was never sold. The reason for this was most likely that Cromwell misconceived the theme of the painting. Rather than Salome, he believed it depicted Judith, a heroine of the Old Testament, holding the head of Holofernes, the enemy general she had beheaded. And so, it is thought that Cromwell saw the beheaded Charles I and himself as the one holding the head in this painting. In this way, the painting is intriguing, even for its provenance.